What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So the leaks seem to continue, and this one has just got me insanely hyped for this next Spider-Man game because this actually has images for the first time ever. And as always, it's important to take this stuff as a pinch of salt, right, as none of this has actually been, confirmed by the devs themselves, but this has definitely just really amped up my excitement, of course, for this next game. And if you guys could leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, it would really mean a lot, as of course it just allows us to grow and reach the community more. But before we do continue into the video, do not forget that there are only like 9 days left to where you can enter the giveaway that I've teamed up with Instant Gaming for, where you can select the game of your choice to basically win. So you can check that, the link is in the description below. Okay, so this new statement was posted on a Japanese website, which after being translated says the following. Now bear in mind, some of it did actually have some, broken English, I'm guessing, but I'd imagine that's purely from like when you translate stuff and what be it, but this is just crazy. So if there are any things that sound weird, bear with me because I'm just literally reading it word by word, more or less, but you pretty much get what's being said. So it says, Spider-Man 2 is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I was happy enough to see a 15-minute video of the game. When he said happy enough, again, Google Translate, I'm assuming like I was fortunate, I don't know. But either way, he's claiming that he's seen a 15-minute video of the game. And he also said he does have video footage, but he said he will be sharing it later for download, but you can see images below. Now for legal reasons, I can't actually show this as it's just freaking me out, okay, as it looks so legit that this can actually be the real deal. But again, Google is your friend, but this just looks absolutely mental purely because out of all the other leaks we've had in the past, we've not actually seen anything visually, so just to have something right now is just mind-blowing. Now again, I don't know why he didn't really add the video or whatever. He didn't say where he'll be adding the video for download as well, but I will definitely keep following this. Now, before I do go more into basically what he said, the screenshot, which was only one that he did add, simply just shows Spider-Man on a street. Now, it does seem like he's standing under a bridge due to the shadows, and it does show a big crowd around him and people holding up signs. Now, in front of him is also another person, and I'm going to assume that they were like a news reporter because there was also a cameraman. Kind of, when I say a cameraman, I'm guessing there was a guy behind the camera, but there was like a camera standing up. You can see legs below and then the person in front of Spider-Man, but there wasn't anything like a mic. But again, it did seem like a news reporter. But as I said, the quality of the screenshot looks just so legit that it freaked me out. Oh, and the suit that he was wearing as well was the Raimi suit, and it was literally like a back image of Spider-Man, if that makes sense, so you just see exactly what's in front of him. Now, I'm going to assume that this could be a part of like the opening in the game. I could be wrong, but it would just make more sense as it seems like there was a big event, but again, who knows, right? Now, the guy did continue to say, web mechanics have improved and you are able to upgrade the web shooters to do things such as webbing two enemies together and the strength of the web as well. Now again, this is just mental, as we did find out in a leak that we had like a few weeks back that the web mechanics and web swinging in general will of course have a major improvement, and the leak that we had back then a couple of weeks ago stated that there's going to be realistic web swinging, etc, so again, who knows, but this is just really linking up to all the other leaks that we've had, and that's why it just makes so much more sense, because we know in general that all of this stuff is set to have a major improvement. Now the next part that he said is also something that just blew my mind, and it is that co-op is also a feature, but only for the story. So one player can actually be Miles Morales and the other player can of course be Spider-Man, and that it's only for obstacles and speed times. Now when he did say obstacles and speed times, I don't know if he's talking about going through a certain section in the map where you're just web swinging maybe as fast as you can, or like going to a waypoint. Again, it depends on the obstacle. Is it custom, is it not? What will the obstacle contain? Again, these are all questions that are yet to be answered, but I mean, just visually, again, if you could just picture that in your head, it sounds absolutely mental, and this is more than enough for me, because if this is real, this will be big, as of course Miles was already such a favored character in the first game, and of course people just simply wanted to play him. Anyway, going back to what this guy said, he says, your actions now matter when you are doing free roaming. If you ignore a crime or fail a random event, your suit starts to change and look more damaged and scruffy. To get rid of that, you have to solve random events successfully, as it damages the points you can get. This is another thing. I mean, every single factor that this dude just literally pointed out, right? And these 15 minutes that he's claiming to see just sounds so legit. Now, he didn't actually specify what he meant in terms of points, so I don't know if that means points as in like XP on missions or random events, but he did just give me that perspective, right? I can imagine what's kind of going on here. So every bad event that you ignore in Spider-Man PS4, if you did actually ignore a random event, J. Jonah Jameson would come on the radio and just literally just talk the worst stuff about you. So it really did link up, and now if they're trying to actually show that visually, I can imagine it, and it would just be absolutely mental. Anyway, he did end this statement by saying something that did really, I guess, gain my attention, because again, it's something that was a big complaint for Spider-Man PS4. It's something that we all really wanted in general, and that was of course going inside buildings. Now, his exact words were that the maps is basically the same size but more dense, and that you can go inside buildings. Now, he said that he saw Spider-Man go into a bank, which then turned into a random event as it had robbers enter trying to of course rob the bank. And that's it. That's where he ended it. And then of course said, please see the picture below. Now, I really wish I could share this picture, but of course, if you can understand my perspective, for legal reasons, because it looks so legit, so spot on, this can actually finally be the real deal. Now, of course, because we haven't even seen anything for the PlayStation 5, in terms of the graphics for this, I don't know if they're kind of like using the PlayStation 4 ones, and I guess using whatever technology they've had to kind of amp it up, maybe like a PC game. I have absolutely no idea, but all I know, and from what I've seen, is that this looks as legit as anything else that is real, is literally just real. So to sum this up, he sees 15 minutes of videos, okay, right, just 15 minutes. In that 15 minutes, he's seen that co-op is a thing. From what of course he showed in the screenshot, is that the world is more interactive, so web mechanics as well have improved. You can have your web shooters improved to do things such as webbing two enemies together. I don't know if that means like tie them together or whatever, but if that's a thing, that would be great. Again, like in Spider-Man PS4, when you finish a base and you have all the enemies in one web, if you can actually do that when you're just randomly, I guess, fighting them, that would be absolutely massive. Again, we know co-op is a thing. One player can be Miles, but one player can also be Spider-Man, and it's purely in the story mode of the game only. So I guess, I don't know how dense that's going to be, but it makes sense. And then lastly, of course, random events are a big thing. Your suits will change, and random events also do happen when you are in buildings. Guys, I want you to get in the conversation below, leave your thoughts on this. That's going to wrap up the video here. If you missed any of the previous ones, they're on screen now. You can check the links in the description and what be it, but I'm going to be following this, see if it gets taken down on the website, on the Japanese website, or of course if he just simply adds this video that of course he is claiming to have. So I'm going to see if that gets taken down on the website or not, but whatever we have here is something very, very big. Google is your friend. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.